All right, let's go over some e-commerce stats found today. So first off, it's estimated here, I've got some I pulled up here, that there will be 2.05 billion global digital buyers in 2020. We can see that growth right here, 2014, 15, all the way up to 2021. So I mean, what we see here is definitely a lot of growth over the years. I've got this graphic here, which is very similar to that, and this shows the growth year to year, percentage-wise, as well as the change. So we do see that change tapering off. However, that's still a ton of people, and it is still going to continue to grow beyond what it has at this point. Okay, so kind of a fun little takeaway there that we can look at. Next, let's look at the share of e-retailer sales. So you can see these sales here going up year after year. Okay, so e-commerce sales are expected to account for 15.5% of retail sales worldwide, and we can see that e-commerce is just growing. Bit by bit, it's significant. The problem is that nearly half of all American small businesses don't even have a website up at this point. So that's kind of crazy. Really, the number one reason people shop online today is that they want to shop at all hours. And I've got some different things here. So convenience definitely is the main reason. We can see here price related. We want to be able to compare prices. We want to, online sales. Again, price related, to save time, convenience, not going to shops, bigger selection, free shipping, convenience of everything in one place. Hard to find items, avoid crowds, products are not sold in your city and county, and avoid checkout online. So I think this probably rings a bell for all of us at some point. I think we all enjoy this. And I think what's most important here is we're setting up our own e-commerce stuff. It's important to think about how we are going to offer this for our own customers. If we don't offer free shipping, that could turn people away. We just want to make it as convenient and as good as we possibly can make it. So let's keep going down through some of those. So 65% of shoppers look up price comparisons on their mobile device while in the physical store. I bet you all have done that. I know I do. I'm always scanning barcodes and trying to find a better price for things. So again, we definitely want to advertise our products so they will see those price comparisons moving forward. So 85% of consumers conduct online research before making a purchase. If you're anything like me, I just dig through this so crazy deep before I commit to something in particular. And so we want to make sure that our items are detailed and accurate, and we give substantial information, as we're listing our own products to sell online. And that's definitely going to help people out make these informed decisions. So 81% of consumers trust the advice of family or friends over a business. Okay, so social media is probably what we'd want to use for this to help, have family members or whatever post their own takeaways, how they feel about a product, and so incentivizing people to do so definitely helps out with that a lot, right? 80% of people stop doing business with a company are because of poor customer service. So customer service is really important. I've got here a graph that talks about different aspects of a site we want to look at. We want to make it easy for people to be contacted at the company, open and honest about negative news of events. I'd even save reviews on that too. Let consumers control how their data is used, educate consumers about the products, ask consumers how to communicate with them, are transparent about the consumer's info, socially responsible, send personalized communications, transparent about different affiliates, different things, credible spokesperson. I guess in a day where we don't have as much trust on things online, that definitely goes a long ways. Next here, consumers are most likely to trust a business that makes it easy to contact. So we talked about that just now. On average, only about 2.86% of e-commerce website visits convert to a purchase. That's really low. You've got to think about 1 in every 34 people actually buy something at your website. So you want to look at your conversion rates. That means when somebody buys the product, you want to look at that and find ways to increase that, to educate them, maybe go look at abandoned carts and send them back. That can lead us into the 69% of shopping carts are abandoned. And that's a substantial number right there. It's not the graphic I was looking for. There we are. So that's a lot of carts that people that give up. So you might ask, why do they abandon carts? Really, again, extra costs are too high. I don't know if you guys have ever been in checkout and there's a whole bunch of fees or other things that are added at the end. Just makes you mad, ticks you off. You probably will never go to that website again. You really need to be upfront. So the site wanted me to create an account. Having a guest checkout is really important. And then if a person wants to sign up, if they're going to put that through, then you can have them create a password. Too complicated of a checkout process. Couldn't calculate the total order price up front. You didn't have that. You put in your zip code and you get shipping, website errors. Didn't trust the site with my credit card info. Delivery's too slow. Return policy was not satisfactory. There wasn't enough payment methods. Credit card was declined. All reasons why we abandon our carts, and I'm guilty of that too, right? So abandoned cart follow-up emails have an average open rate of 45%. So what that looks like, if you're shopping, you have a cart you've given up on, you send those users back their cart saying, hey, we noticed that you still have something in your shopping cart, you'll get them open it, and you can convert them that way. On average, 52% of online stores have an omni-channel capabilities. What that means is there's more than one route to get and purchase those products. So maybe there's a social media component that they can purchase products through. Just again, more than one channel that you can sell your products. And so that definitely helps out. Nearly half, 48% of online shoppers simply head straight to large e-commerce marketplace. My guess is that most of you all go right to Amazon, and that's the place to sell. It's much more difficult to sell in a small shop or be found. You can do it, and it definitely gives you more profits because you don't have to pay Amazon, but there is something to be said about Amazon and selling through Amazon, because people are going to definitely go there and find your product, and that can help out. So there's pros and cons to each. Mobile e-commerce is expected to account for 67.2% of all digital sales back in 2019. So again, we've seen that growth over time. That continues, not anything new. Users who have a negative experience on mobile sites are 62% less likely to purchase from that business in the future. So, we want to look at mobile-friendly websites. Very important. Longer mobile page load times drastically increase bounces. Okay, we can see here 1 to 3 seconds. It's going to be 32%. 1 to 5 probability of the bounce is 90%. I'm not sure how these go over 100%, but apparently if your page doesn't come up, you're going to lose people. Okay, so get your content up, have it load fast, optimize your images. We've talked about all that. Last, young people spend more time online shopping than older people. Okay, we see a lot more millennials than we see baby boomers, than we see seniors. And as we see the next generation come up, which probably a lot of you are, it's probably even more so. And what I've read from a lot of statistics, men and women aren't that different on percentages. Typically, the younger you are, the more time you'll spend online, as well as the more education you have, the more time you'll actually spend online. So those are a few little e-commerce statistics you can look at there. It kind of give you a little better picture on what that looks like today.